Hey, welcome back to Wind Up Wizard. Today we're going to be looking at Omega Spawn. This was the last one to come in, which kept me in anticipation because I was looking forward to this one the most. This is one of the newer ones to come out from McFarlane this month. So yeah, let's just go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's take a look at the artwork on the box. There's the side artwork. It's pretty cool. I think it's the same as on the back. Yeah, it's the same artwork. I don't know who did this artwork. I know on I think it was the Plague box. It was actually a Greg Capullo uh, artwork that he did that was put on the box. But this one doesn't have a name, so I don't know specifically who did this one. But yeah, cool artwork as always. The question is, will the figure live up to the artwork? So let's go ahead and open it up and see if he does. All right, here we go. Easy enough to get out of the box. He's a bit of a chunky boy. I'll be honest with you. He's got some weight to him, especially the top part, which is similar to how like the Man Bat figure. It looks really good. The size is good, but with them being so top heavy and the joints on like the knees being not as stiff, like they don't really lock into place. Getting him to stand is oftentimes a bit of a struggle just because they tend to crumple pretty easily, especially in like the ankles where they just kind of bend really easy. So this is kind of an example where easy movement in the like in the joints and the knees and in the ankles is not necessarily a good thing, because usually getting on the balance is a little bit harder. It wasn't terrible, not the worst, but yeah, it took a minute to just to get him to stand up there. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what else we got. So yeah, you can kind of see like the legs. They move right, and the knees actually. At least that one's not that bad. The knees aren't that bad. But the let's take the disc off. Like right here, you can see that bends really easy. So standing up is sometimes a bit of a struggle. The wrist or the ankle itself is not too bad. You can kind of hear it like lock a little bit, which is good. And the arms kind of do that too. They're easy to move and they snap into place. They kind of lock in position, which is good. But given all the weight, especially the weight of this cape, which unfortunately is a big slab of plastic. I mean, just a little bit of flexibility to it, but it doesn't really have that flowing feel. I kind of wish they would have used. And I go over this all the time, but I think 20 years ago, this would have been like an actual type of fur type of fabric. I think they would have actually kind of made it like a real fur cape. But here we are. It's not bad looking. Like I said, it is just kind of a big thick piece of plastic. There's not really any shading on it. There's like a fur texture on it, but there's not really any shading on it. So it's kind of spiky. I don't know. From a distance, it looks great. It looks good in front over the shoulders. But if you look at it close up, it's yeah, kind of looks like a beaver tail. It's really thick. Doesn't have much movement to it. But not the worst. I do like the on the spikes here on the legs. I think on the arms too. They did go with like a different color to make those stand out. Especially on the big ones, there's shading done on those, which is really good. Sometimes they don't. They just they leave them black. But the fact that they did it even on the small ones, you can see some shading on the legs and on the arms, which is really good. I like when they do that. Like I always say, it's an easy win. Just putting the right colorization on stuff like that and making it pop is a big deal to me. Might not be a big deal to everybody. It's a big deal to me. Yeah, the chain. Yeah, the chain just. It looks like it's separate. Yeah, it is separate. But it's kind of glued to him in certain spots. Like right here, it's glued. And then under the cape, there's a little bit of movement. I mean, it's nice that there's movement. I kind of wish they would upgrade their chains that they put on all their characters, because just the slate gray, or that gunmetal gray, is getting a little used to it, I guess you'd say. But not bad. That's pretty much the only chains on them. Usually when they're like covered in chains, like head to toe chains, I'd be like, well, why don't you just use the real chrome looking plastic ones you used to use, but it's not bad. There's not that many to show off, and these stay pretty tight to the body anyway, so not bad. Strap here, spike is a little flimsy. And yeah, it's attached to the body. They use this kind of like, it's like underpants type look right here around this area. And not to get too granular, but if you lift it up, you can kind of see the pattern sort of continues underneath that. But I'm guessing the reason they use it is because there's a really big gap there where the legs connect to the torso. And so you pretty much have to cover that up. So that's not too bad. I kind of wish it didn't have much of a lip right here. Just because that kind of furrows over after a while. And it just looks kind of loose. But it's not the worst we've seen. Movement in the legs. I don't think... Oh, he does. Okay, good. So his legs actually do pivot right here a bit. Not all of them do that, but it's nice that they do. And then, yeah, you got a point of articulation underneath the kneecap. And then above it as well. Always got to hit that 22 points of movement. A little bit loose, but not bad. I wonder if it kind of tightens up when you move it. Yeah, not bad. I like texturing. I like the coloring. Especially the red around like the calf area is really bright, so it really stands out, which is nice. And especially even around the forearms, kind of the same thing. And then even the spikes right here on the hand are also colored and shaded, so that's cool. The hands look good. I do like the hands. Some of them I don't like the hands because they either look like too alien or they just look too human, but this is I like the curvature on the fingers right here, the way the knuckles are. That's an evil hand, I guess you could say. Didn't come with any accessories, so he's not supposed to be holding anything. Obviously, you could easily fit like a skull in there. You could like customize it and put whatever you want in there. The old McFarlane figures usually came with like an extra skull or two for some reason, just to kind of put wherever. So I have like a handful of those. I usually just put in some of the other figures. Yeah, the other hand, similar position. The fingers are stiff, so they don't really, I think got a little give to them. But you don't have to worry about them warping or anything like that. The only problem is if you did want to kind of like shape them to hold something, it would be a little hard because they get pretty stiff up here where the finger meets the hand. So, something to think about. The head seems really loose. Ooh, I almost don't. Yeah, the head seems really loose. It does move really easy, but I almost would say don't move it too much because it looks like it's not. Can't really tell how it's connected under there. But the detail on the head's really nice. I like the facial expression they went with. It's kind of menacing, kind of like a wicked smile. The eyes are green. Kind of wish they were a little more glowy. Seems like more of a lime green than what they usually go with. Some of the green eyes they go with the Spawn characters. If you put them under like a certain LED lighting, like a black light even, they glow really bright. It's really kind of neat. I know Gunslinger Spawn's eyes glow really bright in the right light. Shading on the horns. I do like the head they chose. It kind of reminds me of like a Diablo type look, the way the horns are. Pretty cool. I really like the spikes on the elbows. They are very sharp. That's not flimsy at all. It's pretty stiff plastic they use there, even on the shoulders. But yeah, he's a simple character, but it looks really good. It's put together really good, designed really well. I like it. Definitely one of the better ones to come out this month. Quite a few of them have been good. Some of them have been kind of misses for me, but yeah, he's definitely towards the top of the list, I would say. The teeth are specifically painted. I kind of wish there was a little more detail in the mouth. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, this is back when I wish they kind of came with some sort of accessories, like some sort of like glowing accessory that you could wrap around his arm to just hold up, or Yeah, something like that. But again, I don't know what you would add that would make sense. You know, I always say chains. Chains is kind of the easy one, but they don't really do chains like they used to. Yeah, you could put a skull in there, I suppose. Just have him hold it up like a trophy. But yeah, he's pretty neat. Um, yeah, I'd say the only real miss that stands out is if you pay too much attention to the cloak on the back. Again, most often he's gonna be, standing like this. So it's gonna just kind of be in the background. And like I said, it looks really good coming up over the shoulders. But I do wish they had some more shading and detail on it, or at least maybe a different color. It's just the regular beige that clashes with the evil design he has going on. But yeah, pretty good. I would say that's rate. You know what? I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 on this one, which is good. Is it the best I've seen? No. Is it one of the best this month? Yeah, probably. 8 out of 10 seems like a good rating for him. He does have good movement, like I said. I just wish this was a little more locked into place a little better. Because getting him to stand could potentially be a problem. And if he's on a shelf or something and falls off and lands on your foot, that might not feel great either. Because he's got a little bit of bulk to him. But yeah, 8 out of 10 character. Good stuff. I like it. I think it's a good one. This one's a win. So yeah. All right, well, I think that'll do it for this video. Like I said, he's a pretty good character. One of the newer ones to come out this month. When I say this month, I mean November. I'm assuming this video is going to come out in November. But yeah, one of the November Spawn figures to be released. He's definitely one of the better ones. So let me know what you guys think. As always, please like and subscribe as I continue to grow this channel. And we will see you in the next one.